And just like that, boys, that's it. This is the end of the pay-per-view era in UFC. That's it. The last ESPN card, well, except for Kepe versus Royval, but UFC 323 is going to go down in the history books as one of the best cards of 2025. In my opinion, with a lot of recency bias, this was the best card of 2025. So many upsets. So many violent finishes. And a lot of upsets. Let me tell you that right now. Peter Yan won. Joshua Van won. We're going to get into everything right now. I'm going to give you guys my full reactions and breakdowns to everything that happened last night at UFC 323. Starting with the main event, working our way down, and therefore, and so on. So the main event, obviously, like you know, was Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan 2. Now, coming into this fight, I told you guys, I said, hey, listen. Merab is taking his 5th weight cut in 15 months. Now, I was a little bit worried about him, but I said, look, this is going to be a masterclass. This is going to be a masterclass. Now, I did say the odds were a little iffy. Minus 500 for Merab Dvalishvili for his 5th weight cut in 15 months. Was a little bit insane, but I did also say they only gave him minus 100 for each round he won against Petr Yan the first time. So, you know what? Minus 500, really not that bad. Now, this fight started off pretty well. I thought Merab did his thing in the first round. Petr Yan just sat there kind of analyzing and downloading data, which is normal. First round over. My head, I'm like, all right, Merab's going to go out there. He's going to pick up the pace. It's going to get insane. And that is not what happened. Well, it is what happened. Merab did try to pick up the pace, and just Petr Yan was just in his face all night. Spectacular striking coming out of Petr Yan. Attacking the body. I did say, look, when we saw Merab fought Sean O'Malley the first and second time, especially the first time, Merab Dvalishvili got hit in the stomach and really didn't like it. He reacted extremely. He ran around, he's pointing, he's emoting, he's running around from Sean O'Malley. Petr Yan saw that. Said, all right, the only way to beat the machine is to rip out the gas tank. You cannot be a machine if you have no gas. How is the car running with no gas? So Petr Yan goes out there and attacks the body, and it worked fantastically. It worked fantastically. Merab reacted to multiple attacks to the body. He literally screamed in pain when Petr Yan roundhouse kicked him in the ribs. He literally yelled and reacted. At the end of the fight, obviously Petr Yan won. He pieced up Merab Dvalishvili through 20 minutes because the first round, in my opinion, was Merab's. But after that, straight dominance from Petr Yan, stuffing takedowns, keeping the jab in Merab's face all night, attacking the body. It was just spectacular game plan. After the fight, when, you know, they go and do the post-fight interviews in the back room and everything with the press conference, somebody asked Petr Yan. They say, hey, Petr, are you going to be fighting Merab for the trilogy? Like, are you going to be giving Merab the immediate rematch? He says he has to go out there and basically fight Umar. Petr Yan wants Merab Dvalishvili to go fight Umar and then reclaim his championship against Petr Yan after. Hey, Petr. Look, buddy, you were a UFC champion. You were. Absolutely. Yes, you were. And then you lost to the UFC's most hated champion, Aljamain Sterling. So that doesn't really give you much props at all. You go out there and lose to Merab the first time, viciously, like a vicious, nasty loss. You work your way back with 3 fights, right? You work your way back. Now you're up here. You beat Merab. But Merab has 3 title defenses? 3 title defenses. He's getting the immediate rematch. Buddy, in what world do you want Merab to go fight Umar? To fight you again? Are we being serious? So what, Petr, you want Merab to go fight Umar where you could just sit and chill for the next 8 months? Is that what you would like? Because Merab is definitely out for the next 3 months. Merab is out for the next 3 months. We saw how his face looked. And who are you going to be fighting in the meantime, Petr? Nobody? We have nobody here. Song Yudong versus Sean O'Malley's already booked. Umar is looking for a fight. Umar better not get the title shot against Petr Yan. I'll tell you that right now. But Merab went on Twitter after this whole thing, after the fight, and said, "Hey guys, I'm really sorry to all my fans and my family. I have a broken hand and neurovirus. What is the deal with fighters saying that they have neurovirus? Take some Theraflu. Like, are we being fucking for real? And also, if you have a broken hand, before you go into a fight, the Nevada State Commission asks you if you have any injuries. So you had to lie and tell them no. Why are we lying? Just say, yes, I have a broken hand. Can we reschedule the fight? Can we fight 2 months from now? It's not that big of a deal. Merab, you defended the belt 3 times already. 3. Do you guys realize now, after UFC 323 is done, there are no men's champions with a single title defense? None. Not even one. The only person in the UFC roster with a title defense is Valentina Shevchenko, and she has 2 title defenses. Really? It seems like this is the perfect time for a new person to come in and start watching UFC, which is really convenient because the Paramount deal is literally next month. We're going to have countless new people come in, know absolutely fuck all about the sport, and it's going to be perfect. Because the champions have no fucking title defenses. Okay. Merab, yes, I am disappointed. I am very upset. I obviously thought you were going to go out there and have a 50-45 complete domination. Instead, it was a 46-49 vicious beatdown via Petr Yan. And I hate to say this, man, but I kind of did see this coming. I kind of did, but I refuse to believe it. Merab is that dude, bro. So, I need the immediate rematch. I need the immediate rematch in March. Give me the immediate rematch in March, maybe April, but I need this, all right? I need Merab to get this one back. Best of 3, okay? Merab won 1 very dominantly, and you won 1 very dominantly. And the thing that matches up, Petr had a broken hand in the first fight. Merab had a broken hand in the second fight. How about this? How about can we just meet in the middle with no broken bones? Can we do that, guys? Look, and I know I already know if Sean O'Malley runs through Song Yadong, we're gonna be seeing Sean O'Malley versus Petr Yan booked like that. Like that. I mean, Corey Sandhagen's free, Petr, if you want to go rack up that little easy title defense, but I need this trilogy. That's what I need as a UFC fan. You guys cannot throw away Merab's whole career like that. I better not see Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov while Sean O'Malley or Corey Sandhagen is fighting for the strap. Or Giga. Okay? Very disappointed in Merab Dvalishvili, honestly. Honestly, I am, but we come back bigger from our losses. The last time Merab lost, he came back and went on, what, like a 14-fight win streak, right? So Merab is going to come back like a fucking animal. And obviously, boys, this was Merab at 20%. 20%. Cannot wait to see Merab at a full 100%. Maybe this will teach you. Don't fight 4 times a year. I know you wanted to make that record, and you did that, trying to defend your belt 4 times a year, putting the belt up 4 times in a calendar year. But, man, please, we value you as a professional fighter. I want to see you fight until you're 75 years old holding the strap. All right? Merab, lock in. Please. Merab, honestly, is probably out there right now in the Nevada desert running 25 miles because he's pissed off. All right? Merab, take it easy on yourself, man. You need to heal up. And I cannot wait to see you back there for the trilogy. Moving on, boys. One of the most odd Final Destination-esque fights that I've seen in a long time. This is on par with Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane. Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van ends in 26 seconds because Alexandre Pantoja throws a kick. I believe Joshua Van caught it, and he went to, throw the leg up to dump him. Pantoja puts his arm out to stop himself, and it looks like his elbow completely dislocated, and his forearm did like a nice little 360 turn that showed us his elbow was dislocated, and that was it. But I found that really weird, right? Because Tom Aspinall got poked in the eye. He was injured during his title fight, and it was a no contest. right? Alexandre Pantoja injures himself. Van didn't kick his arm and dislocated. Joshua Van didn't throw a roundhouse kick to the head and Pantoja went like this and it snapped his elbow. No. Pantoja fell, put his arm out to stop himself, and snapped his own elbow. Why is this not a no contest? Joshua Van literally just got gifted the belt. First round KO, TKO, Piotr Jan. First round KO, TKO, Joshua Van. Just smacked the bookies. How was this not a no contest? I really don't understand that. I honestly do not understand it. And honestly, boys, I hate to say this. I hate to say it. But hearing Joshua Van speak more and more and more with the media, I kind of don't like this guy more and more. They're like, oh, would you like to run the, do you ever want the Charles Johnson fade back? Like, Charles Johnson did spark you unconscious, little boy. And he goes, Charles Johnson got to get some more W's in. Like, okay, all right. Do you want to be the best in this sport or not? You have a loss to Charles fucking Johnson. He sparked you out ice cold. It's okay. I get it. Charles is rank 11 at this point. So you know what? I do get that, but I don't like how cocky Joshua Van is. I really don't, man. I really wanted a Pantoja beatdown, and we knew that was exactly what was going to happen. We knew that. We literally saw them fight for 26 seconds. I was sitting there. I had my popcorn ready. I was drunk as hell. I was ready to watch a 25-minute war from the flyweights. We just saw Brandon Moreno lose to Tatsuro Taira, and we're going to get to that in a second. This was such a letdown. The hype that I had building up into the Joshua Van Pantoja fight was so high, and then it was just straight up deflated. Instantly deflated. Give me a Pantoja instant return. Dana White is in the post-fight press conference talking about Joshua Van is probably going to defend the belt once before we see Pantoja return. And then also they're saying Pantoja's elbow wasn't injured, it was Pantoja's shoulder. Bro, watch the fucking replay. His elbow snapped. What are we on about? And then Dominic Cruz is on Twitter talking about, oh, I don't understand why they didn't just let Alexandre Pantoja pop his elbow or shoulder back into place and get back into it. Buddy, his ligaments were probably all sorts of dislocated and torn and ruptured, alright? That's why we didn't pop his elbow back into place and send him out there to go fight the 125-pounder. You know what I mean? UFC 323 has caused me a lot of pain. A lot of pain, but it made me a lot of money. Talking about a lot of money, Tatsuro Taira, Tatsuro Taira, Tatsuro Taira. One of the most Japanese names I've ever heard of in my life. I cannot stop repeating it. Tatsuro Taira, Tatsuro Taira, Tatsuro Taira, Tatsuro Taira. Beats the brakes off of Brandon Moreno. Look, I'm a Brandon Moreno hater. Buddy is cringe. But he's weird. His fight style is weird, okay? That shit he did at UFC Noche, oh, I'm fighting in a dance rhythm. Uh-oh. I hated it. I did not like it. Maybe because I am not Mexican, but I did not like that, all right? So I was very happy seeing my boy Tatsuro Taira go out there and whoop on Brandon. Now, I did think that Tatsuro was going to choke him out. Listen. I forgot who shot on whom. Pretty sure Tatsuro Taira shoots on Brandon Moreno, and Brandon Moreno holds a body triangle, I believe, for over 2.5 minutes, doing absolutely nothing with the position. Just holding him in a triangle. Holding him in a body triangle. Brandon, if you were scared, brother, you shouldn't have accepted the fight. If you were scared to face Tatsuro Taira and you just kind of wanted to hold somebody in a neutral position, why are we accepting the fight? Let's fight somebody else, alright? Tatsuro Taira gets this big W. Him versus Joshua Van sounds absolutely cinema. But I really, really need Pantoja to come back, man. The division, the flyweight division, is not the same without the cannibal. I need Pantoja back, boys. In the meantime, I guess we could do Tatsuro Taira versus Joshua Van. And yes, I will be going Tatsuro Taira. Okay? Just because. Just because, all right? Just because Joshua Van got blessed by the MMA gods, I don't like that, all right? I feel like that was 1 in 2 million chances for that to happen, all right, boys? Moving on, Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbot. I mean, if you guys thought Henry was winning, I really don't know what to tell you. Henry's face looked like he got attacked by a group of vicious, angry Armenian men in the street, okay? It was not looking good. It was not looking good. Peyton showed levels in there. I mean, obviously, Henry's like notoriously 5'4". Peyton did well in the scrambles. Obviously, he did fantastic on the feet. I don't know who we should fight. Actually, I do. Book Corey Sandhagen versus Peyton Talbot next. That's it. That's it. That's it. Give us a striker's delight. Give us a striker's delight. Give us Corey Sandhagen versus Peyton Talbot. Give it. You guys didn't want to book Corey versus Sean, so give us Corey versus Peyton. Let's see how that goes. I think I would go Corey. I think Corey would just be Corey Nurmagomedov and shoot the takedown and put him in a fucking Darce choke and end the fight first round submission. That's what I think is going to happen. Nothing much to say, honestly, about Peyton Talbot versus Henry. Henry was so, like, halfway in going into this fight. This was his 5th retirement. They played like the little retirement package for Henry Cejudo. Big whoop-de-doo, bro. Shouldn't have retired when you came back. Shouldn't have retired when you lost to Sean. Shouldn't have retired when you lost to Merab. Shouldn't have retired when you lost to Song Yadong. Could just keep going. Could just keep going on. And then during the fight week, Henry's over here talking about how he would love to fight Brandon Moreno. Like, get a fucking grip. Can we get a grip on reality? Moving on, boys. Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Gustav. Jan still got it. Holy, Jan still got it. Now, this being a draw, I kind of... Thank you, MMA guy. I put the bankroll on Bogdan Gustav. I thought that was going to smack, all right? So I was sitting there sweating. I was like, oh, my God. Please do not let Jan have a 10-8 round over Bogdan. Please, 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 please. Then they say, this fight is a draw. And I was like, whew. Give me my money back. But, boys, how good is Jan? When will he retire? When will we see somebody retire him? Wow. I honestly thought we were going to be seeing a Bogdan Gustav sacrifice. Okay, I thought Jan was just going to lay there like this and get sacrificed to the MMA gods. Again, UFC 323 was full of shocks and awes and surprises. Actually, best card of the year. 8.5 out of 10 for the whole card. 8.5 out of 10 for the whole card, boys. Moving on to... Oh, man, these prelims. I'm going to tell you right now. These prelims were fireworks on top of fireworks, boys. Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres was the head prelim of the night. Grant Dawson went in there at minus 205. Now, wow. Bruce Buffer is introducing Manuel Torres, and Grant Dawson introduces Manuel Torres first. Manuel Torres is hype. He's excited. He's doing his thing. He's ready to go in there. Camera pans to Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson is literally on his knees like this. I saw that. I locked in, man. I put some bread on Manuel Torres, but he was plus 200 at the time. Cha-ching! First round KO TKO took Grant Dawson out of there, man. Don't really know much to say about this fight or who they should fight next at lightweight. Lightweight is kind of stacked. Honestly, give Manuel Torres Grant Dawson. I mean, give Manuel Torres Chris Duncan. Very sorry. Moving on, boys. Terrence McKinney versus Chris Duncan. I don't know how this fight didn't win fight of the night. To be fair, I do, because Ebo versus Iwo was honestly ridiculous. But they should have gave out more performance bonuses in fights. They should have, because this card was peak. This was peak combat sports, okay? This fight, Terrence McKinney versus Chris Duncan, we all knew was going to end in the first round. We knew this fight was going to end in the first round. Now, Terrence McKinney looked like he was going to knock Chris Duncan out for a good 2 minutes. Then for 30 seconds, Chris Duncan, he brings it back. He brings it back, and he submits Terrence McKinney. Whew. Whew. You could run that fight in a simulation 10 times, and I believe the winner would just keep switching, and the method would just keep switching around. That was fireworks. Actual fireworks. Give Chris Duncan Manuel Torres, I guess. Like, I don't even know who to match up Chris Duncan with at the lightweight division, either Manuel Torres. So, you know what? Let's throw these two guys at each other. Whoever comes out on top, comes out on top. I don't really know what to tell you there. Macy Barber versus Karine Silva. I did not watch this fight. Okay. Nazim Sadikov versus Fares Zaim had me so upset that I had to go outside. I had to drink. I had to smoke. I had to take the edge off. Nazim Sadikov sold my parlay. Sold it. Absolutely sold it. Now, I will never be betting against Fares Zaim. Ever. Ever again. Ever again. Fares Zaim went out there with a complete and utter domination. Do you see these total strikes? Nazim Sadikov had 7 total strikes land. 7. Fares Zaim had 71. Well, 69. He had 69 more total strikes than Nazim Sadikov. I mean, like, Nazim, I don't know if I should be extremely disappointed in you, or I should just be shocked in Fares Zaim. Because Fares Zaim, listen, I was a little tipsy watching the fights, of course, like always, and I see Fares Zaim walk out, and I'm like, this dude looks frail. I'm watching this, and I'm like, this dude looks frail. Like, I think I would ragdoll this guy. Like, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, Nazim's going to walk through him. I mean, I know he's tall and rangy, but he looks paper frail. Like, he looks like you could really bruise him. And, dude, this guy in the scrambles, this dude in the grappling exchanges, this dude in the clinch, this dude in the takedowns is just, like, peak. He's not rushing. He's very calm. He's very, like, precise, and he's very good in the scrambles on the bottom. Not on, like, on the ground. He's very good on the scrambles. Very good at trips. Very good at dumps. Whew! Fares Zaim is definitely a name. Definitely a name we need to look out for. Now, I do think Fares Zaim beats every single lightweight on this card. He beats Chris Duncan. He beats Manuel Torres. Absolutely. This dude is tall as hell. Nazim, again, I don't really know what to say because I had Nazim. I thought Nazim was going to go out there and honestly show levels. I thought Nazim was going to go out there and punch a hole through Fares. But he didn't. So I hope to see Nazim return. I mean, he didn't take a lot of damage. He really didn't. The first round was just him literally being on the bottom. Then the second round, I mean, he did get knocked out by some vicious, nasty elbows. Fares Zaim knocked out Nazim Sadikov with some nasty, vicious, disgusting elbows. Like, bad. Like, super bad. It was a little bit of a weird stoppage, but there was no way Nazim was going to be able to continue even after he went to the corner. It would have been like a Yuri Alex Pereira #2 kind of thing where Yuri goes to the corner, comes right back, and instantly gets knocked out. So it wasn't even worth it to send Nazim to the corner. So I get it. But Nazim, bro, please come back stronger from this because that was embarrassing, brother. That was embarrassing. I'm not going to lie to you. That was tough. But I don't know. I'm kind of like, while I'm watching the fight, I'm like, damn. I kind of would have no answers for this either. This dude is super, he's like Slender Man, bro. Like, he is rangy. He's tall. Like, oh. I'm not going to blame this one on Nazim. I'm not. I'm honestly not. But we will never bet against Fares Zaim ever again. Nazim, I'll give you one more chance, brother, because that was bad. That was a bad night out. Moving on, boys. Bruno Ferreira versus Marvin Vettori. I told you guys how this was going to go. I know I didn't drop my UFC 323 full picks, right? And I had to delete my UFC 323 parlay video that dropped because I said some misinformation in there, and that was not right. I said that Merab fought with a broken hand the first time that he fought Peter Yan, which was wrong. We knew that Martin Vettori versus Bruno Ferreira was going to a decision, okay? And we knew Bruno Ferreira was going to win. So if you did not have Bruno Ferreira via decision, I kind of don't know what to tell you. Why are you even watching the sport? Marvin, you have the chin of a god, 0 CTE. I feel like you were just made for this sport. So go get him, Tiger. Just go get him. Just go get him. Bruno Ferreira coming off with a massive win. I honestly don't know who to match him up against. Give him somebody. Give him somebody from 10 to 15, please. Edson Barbosa versus Jalen Turner. Now, this was upsetting to me. This was very upsetting to me because I kind of wanted to Edson win. But Jalen coming back after getting beat up by... Did he get beat up by Bahamondes or did he get beat up by Zellhuberger? He got beat up by Bahamondes. So, Jalen Turner gets beat up by Bahamondes a little bit ago and then retires from the sport. He says, I'm done with the sport. I can no longer do this. Comes back to fight Edson Barbosa. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Edson might take this one out. Edson might really win this. Jalen might be coming back a little bit half-hearted. He did not. He came back in there looking like a savage, bro. He came in there looking like a savage. He looked so in tune with what was going on. It was like, mwah, beautiful. Where was this Jalen? Where has this Jalen been? Very happy he took this time off. Very happy to see him in the win column. Let's go get him, Jalen Turner. This fight, Iwo Baranowski versus Ibo Aslan, fight of the fucking year candidate right now. Right now. I know the fight was only a minute and 29 seconds, but boy, oh boy, was that minute and 29 seconds not fireworks. Was that not fireworks? How many knockdowns did both dudes have? Both of these dudes had to have like 3 knockdowns each, right? Takedowns, knockdowns. 2 knockdowns for my boy Iwo and 1 knockdown for my boy Ibo, but these dudes were wobbling each other. It was a bar fight. This was a literal bar fight. You want to watch a bar fight? Look this fight up. Absolutely insane. Ibo, the guy who lost, I'm taking nothing out of his stock. Absolutely nothing. He looks fantastic. This fight, again, flip a coin in the air, and the winner will just keep on changing. These dudes are absolute beasts. Keep these dudes in. Keep these dudes in. Give me Azmat, the professional, versus Iwo. I want to see what happens. Give me Azmat versus Iwo. I want to see what goes on right there. Honestly. Moving on, boys. Mansour Abdul Malik. Mansour, I don't know if you watch these videos. Mansour, actually, if you guys don't know, pops into the TikTok chat every once in a while. Shout out to him. Salute to him. Goes out there and does what we all know he was going to do. He goes out there and submits Antonio Trolaki in the front. I mean, we didn't know he was going to submit him, but we knew Mansour had this one in the bag. It was just completely obvious. The level of competition is kind of skewed. 6'7". It's kind of skewed. So Mansour went out there and kind of shocked the world by finishing this dude in the first round. I thought he was going to KO him in the second. Shout out to Mansour Abdul Malik. Salute, brother. Cannot wait to see you against some actual competition in the middleweight division. Audemars Gutierrez, I think you might want to call that out. But look, guys, this card was fantastic. And then obviously Marine Santos knocks out Muhammad Naminov in the third round, KO TKO. Pretty solid fight, but doesn't really hold the candle to everything else we saw last night. Last night was beautiful. We have one more card left for the physical year 2025, and that's it. We have Brandon Royval versus Starboy Manuel Kepe. And boys, I am excited. Excited for that. Maybe ecstatic. Merab, please come back. Pantoja, please come back, man. Please. Please save us. Save us. Save us. Without Merab, what would we have? What would we have? We would have Umar versus Piotr Jan, which sounds like a banger, but that's not what we want. That's not what we want. Okay? I hope they don't give Piotr Jan a defense before they let Merab come back and rematch for the belt. Anyways, boys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It's E-Rock. I'll catch you guys later. They also announced a bunch of fights on this card that we're going to be talking about. They announced a bunch of fights for the Vault card that we're going to be going over. Fazeev. Fazeev. My boy Oban Elliott. That card is Quaylen Sakiled. Okay. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Stay safe. Do your push-ups. Drink your chocolate milk, motherfucker.